Check, check. I am Carlos Mencia. How you doing, everybody? I am here with producer Bert, and we have a lovely guest, somebody that opens for me pretty frequently. Aside from Cisco Duran, we
This guy
have
right here.
Kevin Dombrowski.
Hey everybody, I'm lovely.
He's doing fine. Cisco was supposed to be on the podcast. I texted him earlier and said 12 o'clock podcast. That we probably want to sleep at about 1 in the morning. So I figured 11 hours, 10 hours of sleep would be okay. He texted me about maybe a minute ago, and the text said shit. So there you go.
That means he just woke up.
Yeah, that means he just woke up, and I know he's listening right now because we've been messing with him. So, Cisco, wish you were here, but for some reason you needed more sleep than the average human being, which was 13 hours. Even Kevin, who flew literally first of all, in order to get here, Albert. I had no idea that he did this. By the way, I never do more than one connection. I just think it's horrible. But in order to get here, I think Kevin had to fly. First of all, I had to fly out of Newark. So if anybody's familiar, Newark, and he lives in Manhattan, so it's a pain in the ass to get to Newark. For you people that don't know, Manhattan is probably about 30 miles away from Newark, but with traffic over there, it can turn into an hour and a half ride.
I literally had a shuttle pick me up at 4 a.m.
For what time flight?
For a 7 a.m. flight out of Newark, and then from Newark to Dallas.
Okay, wait.
Okay.
So you wake up at what time?
I woke up at 3 a.m.
Okay, so he wakes up at 3 a.m., get freshed up, car comes, picks you up at 4.
4.
Get to the airport at what time? At that time, there's no traffic, so at least that's good.
It was like 5:15 because I had to pick up 5 other people. We had to pick up 5 other people on the way.
So you did the carpool thing?
Of course, $27. That was it.
Oh wow, that's good. Okay,
tip included, by the way.
Nice. So you get there at 5:15, and then you start your journey. So your flight is at what time?
My flight's at 7.
So your flight's at 7. So
yeah.
Did you get any sleep or rest at the airport, or were you just kind of hanging out? And
no,
did you coffee it up, or?
I had a sad-ass veggie omelet by myself in a seafood restaurant.
Dude, I swear to God, can I say something? And listen, as a traveler, and I fucking hate, I really do. I fucking hate talking about traveling as a comedian, because it just harkens me back to the 80s, when every comedian, did a joke about flying, because it was, comedy was new, and that stuff was brand new stuff to do. It's like, boy, my arm's tired, that fucking bullshit. But okay, there's a couple of things that actually do make sense to talk about. And don't forget where you are in your journey.
Yeah, I got it.
But I fucking hate that there are no good breakfast places at airports. I mean, for some reason, like, they got good dinners, they got great lunches, a lot of those places open up really early, but it's like the meals for breakfast are shit. Like, nobody thought about, let's make some good breakfast. There's a lot of flights that leave at 6 o'clock in the morning from every goddamn airport, but you go, and here's what they do. Right. First of all, there's no actual breakfast places, right? I guess I don't know if they make more money on other stuff, but what they do is they take they'll open up Chili's, which doesn't have breakfast, by the way, and then they have breakfast, right?
There was a Ruby Tuesday and like illegal seafood.
Do you see what I'm saying? So legal seafood does not fucking serve breakfast,
right? So
you go there. And the eggs usually are not like they're the processed eggs.
Let's just say it's an illegal breakfast at illegal seafood.
It's a powder. It's the powdered eggs. It's not like they don't actually crack the eggs.
They crack the packet.
Right? They crack the packet,
crack the powder.
open up the packet, and then the I don't know what kind of bacon they get, but it's fucking nasty. Like, I want bacon that, first of all, I'd rather do turkey bacon at this point.
True.
But nobody has turkey bacon. Like, God forbid they fucking try to get 2 types of bacon.
It's like a turkey dinner that comes out.
It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. So they get the regular bacon. But with regular bacon, give me like bacon that's either lean and good, or just throw me the fattest, just nastiest shit that I know is going to sop up all the grease and taste good. I have no idea whatsoever where the fuck they get their bacon that it's somehow not lean and not fat at the same time, and they crunch it way too fucking much. Because I don't know, how do you like your bacon? Everybody likes
Crispy.
their bacon different.
Crispy, well done.
How crispy though?
Like if I'm
okay, go ahead.
I'll microwave it at home. Like, I'll microwave turkey bacon into a paper towel, and I'll run 3 strips for 2 minutes on each side.
Okay, so that's not crunchy to the point where I don't like it crunchy.
Right.
I like to pick it up and have it be like a flaccid dick. That's perfect for me. Like, if I pick it up and it doesn't hit my hand, it doesn't hit the bottom of my arm, but it's bending a little bit, like a black dude with not an erection but a big dick. Like, that's perfect bacon for me.
Right, but for
I'm
that
sorry, man. That was the worst.
For that position, you would have to. He would be behind you.
First of all, what the fuck is wrong with me?
Fuck?
Why does that make total sense to me? Like it total. Oh God, what is wrong with me and my imagery?
Do you know? Just so you know, if you were holding the penis, like he would have to be directly behind you for it to loop down to your forearm. Like why are you both facing the same way?
I wasn't. I was looking at it from a side angle, bro. Let's get that straight.
It's a huge guy.
All right, he's standing this way,
there
and his
it is.
cock is going that
okay.
way.
All right.
And it's doing like okay, so he's standing here.
Put it closer to your mouth.
And it's right here, and it's doing this. There, it's like that. That's
Right.
like
A
to
little closer.
me. It's wait.
Are you a lefty or righty
Which
in this
way?
scenario?
I'm looking at his dick from this perspective. That's
okay.
it, and that's his dick
Delicious.
right there, right?
Crescent.
That not good.
No.
That's a
Well,
hard
depends
dick.
on,
I don't
depends
want.
on what
depends.
end of the dick you're
I don't
on.
want hard. It doesn't matter.
That's
I
not
don't,
what she said.
Nope. I don't want it this hard. If it's mine, yes, but that's not my bacon. That's his bacon.
Right.
So I don't like it that way.
It's
I
always
don't want
crispy,
the
by
bacon
the
that way. That's
Always
too
crispy.
crispy for me.
Always crispy.
And then this right here,
Oh.
it's hitting me.
That's
I don't like
uncooked.
it.
That's
It's hitting me.
Uncooked.
That's Squidward's nose. I don't like that. I don't like Squidward's nose hitting me. It's fucking weird.
It's like
So
uncooked
just like that.
calamari.
Okay, so, but here's what they do at airports. They crunch them to the point where when you pick them up, half the shit breaks. And when you put it in your mouth and you take one bite, the entire thing just crumbles in your
I love
mouth.
that. Yeah, I like that.
You do? That's
I
it.
do
But
enjoy
that's
that.
way too crunchy,
Oh,
isn't
no,
it?
But there's
that's
not a lot
good
of
for-
oil on it. There's,
Huh?
there's not a lot of oil in it. I like it.
No, I agree. But if I'm gonna, dude, first of all, why would you want bacon with no oil on it? Isn't the point of fucking bacon
No.
that there's oil on it? If not, then do what I do and just go with the turkey bacon.
Well, that's what I'm
I
talking
always get.
about.
Turkey
That's
bacon.
Right. Turkey bacon, extra crispy.
Yeah.
I can't do turkey bacon extra crispy
Oh,
either because it's like
delicious.
beef jerky.
Right?
No.
Right?
Yeah. Dude, it's the best.
It's
When
amazing.
it's not. Yeah. When it's not crispy, it's kind of.
It's like a black man's dick.
No, dude, because
well,
here's
that's
what
for
it
you
is.
guys.
I love. I love like BLTs, but I want to be able to. I want the integrity of the BLT to maintain. And when it's too crunchy and you put it in a BLT and you take a
Delicious.
bite, they just start. It starts crumbling and piecing
beautiful.
out. And no,
Yep.
I want to be able to take a bite and then have it not break, so that the
Right.
next bite is a perfect bite.
You want the pig to squeal.
Every no,
But we're
I
talking
don't
about
want
turkey
it
bacon.
cooked. I
Oh,
just
sorry,
want it.
yeah.
I just want it to be like the beef jerky that's a little soft when you bite into
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Medium rare.
I like the beef jerky that when you bite into it, you don't have to yank it with your hand to
Yeah, I
pull
hear
it
that.
out.
I hear that.
That's what I'm saying, right? So when it comes to beef jerky, I'll take a bite. And then, for my hand to slowly pull away from my mouth because my teeth did the work. I hate that fucking jerky where you take a bite and then you're wrestling with your fucking self like it's a dog on the other end trying to pull your shit away because it's so fucking tight and
Right.
I don't like that. So
Hey, everyone listening on Facebook Live, tune in next week to Cooking with Carlos. We're gonna be talking about all
Boom.
your favorite types of ham next week.
no, but listen, this is important to me. Very, very important to me because I grew up poor. And when you're poor and you grew up in a family like mine, just appreciative of whatever you had. And Bert will tell you this because Bert's mom was a little better at acculturating than we were. Interestingly enough, like his mother learned how to speak English way later than anyone in my family. She was so like Webby the whole fucking time. By the way, Webby is short for wetbacky. All right, so you know.
Right.
So, but here was the thing. Like his mom cooked different stuff. She didn't just make rice and beans. Like she did other stuff. She like tried to make it a little more American-y. Whereas in our house, because we had to feed so many people, it was literally rice, white rice, and pinto beans, always in the fridge, and then you add something to it. You know what I mean?
Or black beans.
And that was it. So, but not frequently black
Right.
beans. Like even though, you see what I'm saying? Like for us, it was rarely black beans. For him, it was more because his mother like tried to change it up. So when you grew up like I did, where any of those days were like, oh my God, like I swear to God, and Bert will tell you this, I fucking love liver and onions. Love that shit. My favorite place to get liver and onions, by the way,
Almost
is
threw
at
up.
those diners, at those shitty old 1950s diners that still have like nickel slots so you could play the old music and shit. But the best place is the Denver Diner, and it's still open right off of Colfax, I believe, in downtown Denver. That place has beef stroganoff, which
That guy he would always order that shit when we go.
beef stroganoff and liver and onions. My God,
That's
it's
what
the
you
best.
call masturbating cow.
Oh my God. Can we
Wow.
Can you mute?
Dude, you
yourself?
knew that was coming, dude.
Wow, what do you call a let's just do it right. Hey, everybody, what do you call a masturbating cow? Go ahead, Bert.
Beef stroganoff.
Oh, I didn't know the trumpet thing.
By
I
the
didn't
way,
know the
Albert,
trumpet thing.
earlier when I was telling you, write this down, I just got a program to use on my iPad where you can put in sound bites and then push a button, and we'll be able to play those. So 2 things you need to do. One of them, get the buzzer that goes, eh. All right, let's throw in a dee-dee-dee just for me.
Oh,
and
that's
now,
awesome.
and now, you know, get the little trumpet that goes, you know what I mean?
I want to be this show's Fred Norris.
And get the pum get that one too, and then we'll just keep going with it. You know what I mean? Throw in. Oh, you got to throw in a president's. Believe me, you got to throw one of fucking those in. Believe me, that's fucking great. So anyway, food for me is a really interesting thing because I grew up, like I said, it was a trough. Right? My mother would fucking make a shitload of rice, a shitload of beans, and then a pot of something else. And that something else wasn't always like, it was always the same shit. So like I used to think growing up that liver and onions was like a
His
delicacy. Yeah, it was because we used to
flaming
get
young.
it every once in a while. We were like, "Oh my God, we're getting liver and onions!"
And it's so soft.
I know, dude. It wasn't until probably, and you know what? If you've ever eaten liver and onions, not at your house, it's different. Because I swear to God, this is real and gross. But when you cook liver and onions, it fucking smells like urine. It literally smells like Bert would come into my house and my mom was making liver and onions and he would be like, "Oh, fuck that," and just turn around and walk out.
Oh, that was
Because
it
it smelled like piss.
There was a girl that I was friends with growing up. She was like my best friend, and
Yeah.
she was Jewish. And I would walk in, and her father would be making gefilte fish.
Oh,
And to them, their mouth is watering. I walked out, and I was like, "Dude, someone died in your house. you guys need to check every room."
Yeah. That's like every culture has that thing. I remember gefilte fish because Albert. We used to go to Jewish delis all the time. Some of them Cantors would stay open all the time. For you people in the LA area that are old enough to remember, Cantors is the place that started what now is a trend throughout the country, pretty much, and putting ratings ABCs on your buildings based on what scores you got when the people from the food and beverage came to check your shit. Well, it started because they put a person undercover at Cantor's restaurant specifically, and then they caught them picking their nose and tossing a salad, and then they came back, and then they found something else, and little by little, they realized we got to let people know that, some of these places are not passing with flying colors. And that's where actual score came. So we would go to places like that. But I remember gefilte fish because there was always gefilte fish, being sold behind the glass at the deli. And I remember one time Albert was like, "What the fuck is that?" And then somebody goes, "Gefilte fish." And now every once in a while, for some fucking reason, in the middle of a conversation, Albert will just throw in the word
Gefilte fish.
gefilte fish. I don't know why. I don't know how it happens. Why is that in your head, bro?
I have no idea. It's
Right?
one
It
of
just
those-
comes out every once in a while.
It's just like every time you hear "go back,"
Aha.
it doesn't matter. Whenever
Ha.
anybody says it,
Yeah.
I always say "ha"
Ha.
every time.
Right. For you people that don't know where we get that from, it's a movie called Say Anything. And Ione Sky, the chick, her father, she tells him basically like, I want to say this, for all you people, how hard life is. And bro, I got one thing to say. Go back. And she goes, I think that's kind of corny. And he goes, no, I think that's amazing. So she says it in her speech, and nobody laughs except for him. So if you're watching the movie, she goes, I have one thing to say. Go back. And you just hear, ha! just one person. So in conversation from now on, if you hear me go, dude, we got to go back. That's where it came from. So anyway, it was a trough. And so what were the special days for me? Okay, so growing up, we always had pollo sudado, like once a week, which is basically chicken in a soup with a couple vegetables. And
you sweat that motherfucker out.
Yeah, and basically you sweat it out. So that's it. And then we had like a beef soup or albondiga soup, you know what I mean, which is meatball soup. And then like everything else was, you know, every once in a while we would have a little bit of pork, but just little cubes fried up. There was nothing magnificent about, you know what I mean, we ate. And so growing up, I fell in love with that kind of food, which I love. As I got older and began to, you know, make a little bit of money, enough to go places, you know, I started experimenting. I mean, I remember the first time I took Albert to eat sushi. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, he literally fucking cried. He literally shed a tear because back in those days, Albert didn't know how to deal with not getting what he wanted because he was like the man of the family. So whatever he wanted, he always got. And he just didn't know how to fucking deal with it. So our friend Chris Cotto from Miami does the best fucking impression of Albert. It's kind of like a pout with a shake. I can't do it as well as he does it.
Like he just did it.
No, but I swear to God, I do know. Bert, can you try to replicate? Because you never do it anymore.
You know, he just did it to the camera.
No, did you?
While you were talking, you did.
Did you? But is it a good one? So anyway, so I go, dude, let's go get some sushi. Do you remember the name of the sushi place we went to?
It was Sushi on Sunset, wasn't it? I'm almost positive.
Was it Sushi on Sunset?
Yeah.
And he just was fucking. Was it Sushi on Sunset, or was it the sushi place where the guy, when he smiled, we couldn't tell if he was smiling or fucking angry?
Oh no, it was Sushi on Sunset.
Okay, and so he literally.
I took one piece and I was like,
shed a tear.
What
He was
the
so
fuck
fucking
is this?
pissed. He was so mad at me for fucking taking him there. He was like, so, like I was ruining his fucking world. Like, listen, how dare you not take me to have carne asada somewhere, you motherfucker? Now, what's his favorite shit to eat? Fucking sushi. As a matter of fact,
all the time.
I recently took him to one of the pinnacles of sushi eating, which is the ability to eat sea urchin, which is uni. You gotta be a connoisseur and really love and have a palate for sushi to enjoy that, because the consistency of it is a little bit like thick snot. It really is. But if you allow yourself to taste it, there's bursts of like chocolate and vanilla in it, and it's so fucking delicious. But don't try it if all you eat is basically California rolls.
Yeah, don't
fucking try this.
But try
this
it if you eat snot.
No, even you know what? If you eat snot, don't try it, because you're gonna think you're gonna want saltiness in it. You're gonna want dude, don't act like you don't know what snot tastes like. So you don't want that saltiness in it, that little lemony salty. Ugh, you don't want that. No, it's more of a, you have to go into the different sides of eating sushi and raw fish in order to get this kind of flavor. But we started going to places like that. And then there was a sushi place like a couple blocks from where we lived on Edgecliff. Was it Edgecliff?
Yeah.
Was that the street? Yeah. And then there was this guy. Dude, there was this sushi restaurant where the dude still wore wooden shoes.
That's right. The one on Beverly, right?
Yeah. What, do you remember the name of the sushi place? It still exists, but it moved.
Yeah, I can't remember.
It wasn't Suehiro, because that was Suehiro Cafe we would go to. That was the place, the different place. So anyway, this guy, while he was making your sushi, we couldn't tell if he was happy because his face was like this, kind of. And we were like, is he mad or is he happy? What the fuck is that face?
He's mad happy.
And he was walk away. and you would literally hear the, and he come back. It was fucking amazing. So I started, doing all this other stuff and introducing Bert to all this other stuff. And Albert was young, so he was like, every time we were like, all right, let's go try this Lebanese. Oh, fucking Lebanese. It was always the same, that fucking face. So now I can appreciate all of that stuff. You know what I mean? I can go to a Cuban restaurant, which we were last week, and just enjoy rice, white rice, black beans, plantains, yuca, and this stuff called picadillo, which is literally just ground beef with a bunch of seasoning, mojo de ajo. I could do that. But then later, go to, Joe's and then have that the crabs, which are
stone
different.
crabs,
The stone crabs, which they're not like, they're really, really sweet. So they don't taste like regular crab. Go there, maybe go to a French restaurant and have some, dude, escargot. I love that shit. Bone marrow. I will fuck it up. So I love food and I love the different aspects of it and I love how to cook it. So going back, they have really fucking shitty breakfast at these fucking places. So no, but it's true. Like, scramble me a fucking egg, crack some eggs, bro. No, you're gonna give me this
And the thing
powdered
is,
shit.
Yeah, and then they fucking charge you an arm and a leg is the other thing.
Oh
too.
yeah, that's the other thing. A fucking $18 breakfast and it's two
Fake
pieces
eggs.
of shitty bacon, fucking not even real eggs, and then they normally don't do hash browns. They do the potatoes, but they overcook the shit out of them. So I don't know if you guys like crunchy potatoes too.
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
no, I enjoy. You know what's so funny is my wife just texted me. I love escargot and bone marrow, and I was gonna say I think the last time I was on the podcast, you had like there was like a goat soup that your mom made, and there was like a fucking like a hoof in it that you put on the table.
It's
and
a hoof, not a hoof.
A hoof. What a,
It
It's a
behooves.
hoof.
It behooves
What-
us.
what-
First of all, there's no F in hoof, I think.
is,
I don't,
I'm
I'm just fucking with you. I'm fucking with you.
It's also a roof, right? So you put it on
You want
the
to
table.
ask him a question?
You don't like hooves, bro? You don't like hooves?
Dude, you put it on the table to just
The
make
hoof?
me
The hoof?
fucking gag at your kitchen table.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, I think what I said last time is my wife eats the same way. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's like, and she doesn't understand. She goes, why don't you ever branch out? I go, you're driving on a highway, wide open, right? And there's chicken and there's beef and there's pork and everything. And then you look on the side of the road and there's fucking birds and fucking hooves and shit. And you
Hooves.
gotta pull over like a fucking
Motherfucker said
savage,
hooves again.
savage, and kill
Put a
your-
front in that and it's behooves.
That's what I said. It behooves her to eat something else.
It behooves here.
Yeah,
There
it
behooves.
would. There's no
It
reason.
behooves you to what? I'm sorry.
Yeah, fuck.
There's no reason to stop off of the
Yeah,
highway and eat when you have that shit that's already on the road.
Yeah.
It's like okay, why would
So
we-
you're saying my mom makes roadkill?
That's
That's
what I'm
basically
saying.
what
Yes.
you're fucking
no,
saying.
I'm saying you guys kill it yourselves and then go fucking eat it. It's like you're making good time. Stop at the service area, get some Subway. You don't have to stop at exit 22A and go a mile out to get a fucking hoof
There
in
you-
your soup.
Ain't nobody eating hooves.
I don't fucking care. I love all these different aspects of it. And breakfast, listen, breakfast is one of those places that recently, right, I've really become akin to finding, because to be honest, I don't know, it seems to me not to be as much of a West Coasty vibe East Coasty vibe than it is a West Coasty vibe. Having breakfast places that only serve breakfast, but they try to like do it really like different. So by my house, there's a place called More Than Waffles, a little traditional.
Dude,
but still
that place
has some
is
cool
bomb.
shit, right?
No, that place is fucking bomb.
If you ever around Encino and you want to get a badass breakfast,
I think that's my favorite.
More Than
breakfast.
Waffles.
Well,
Here's the thing.
Mimi's Cafe is,
Because
or not the,
Mimi's Cafe is one of those places.
Is it Mimi's or
Mimi's Cafe is on Ventura and it's in Tarzana. I think it's one of those places that like they've just made breakfast and taken it to a whole nother level. They have triple dipped chocolate
fatness?
what is it called?
Gluttony.
Triple dipped
Gluttony.
Is
it
it
French
gluttony,
toast?
dude?
Is it French toast?
Yes, it's French
French-
toast.
Yeah, they have the
But
Gluttony
it's
cereal.
toast.
triple dip chocolate. Oh, just it's so fucking amazing. It is just
Jesus Christ.
ridiculous, bro. And their menu,
it's
like I
delicious.
swear to God, for breakfast, you open up their menu and it's almost like one of those. Oh, you know what it's almost like? It's like 3/4 of the menu at Cheesecake Factory, but all pretty much breakfast. It is ridiculous. Then further down the street, closer, in the middle of Tarzana, there's a place called Blue Jam Cafe. That place is a bit more eclectic. You know what I mean? That place will infuse like chorizo, but it'll be like a vegetarian or vegan chorizo, and you don't think it's gonna be good. So it's like that place is really awesome. And then a little more traditional is the More Than Waffles and the Breakfast Nook. But More Than Waffles, he loves. Bert loves it because they have this one dish that he loves. What is it called?
Dude, that's I don't even know. I can't remember the name, but it's incredible.
So
My
what is
daughter
it?
and I,
So what is it?
It's
What a
they have the
description.
potatoes on the bottom.
Yeah.
Then it's which it's funny because I don't really eat bacon, but it has bacon in it,
Mm-hmm.
and then it has 2 eggs on top and cheese or something like that. And
Yeah.
then-
Really? And the waffles are gluttony? You just
Yeah.
described an entire omelet of a breakfast.
Yeah, that's amazing. No, but the
It's
waffles
fucking
and More Than
delicious.
Waffles are only 90 calories, bro.
yeah.
Because they're just
Ow.
big and fluffy, and they make them so I don't know, spongy. What's it? You know, so many holes and
yeah,
cavities in them, but they taste.
Dude, their waffles are bomb.
They're the best waffles.
That's the best
dude.
breakfast place.
Listen, bro, go to More Than Waffles if you're in the area, Encino-ish, and then get them. And for me, with strawberries, because they don't just put strawberries, they put the strawberries and it kind of becomes a marmalade. So it's not just chopped strawberries, it's
Marmalade.
strawberries with the strawberry juice, and then they put whipped cream.
No,
that
squeeze in the
specific
juice.
one. Oh, and if you love Nutella, the fucking anyway. You see what I'm
Nutella.
saying? I fucking love. Now, my favorite breakfast place, period, end of story, to this point. And every once in a while, by the way, if you've seen any of the Bit of Mencias on YouTube or even on Facebook, go check them out. At some point, I think I'm wearing a shirt that says Snooze Denver, which looks like a license plate, and it's a blue shirt. That's from the Snooze Cafe. If you're ever in Orange County, Denver, San Diego, and if I'm not mistaken, outside of in Phoenix somewhere, there's those cafes. Oh, so I can't even describe to you. First of all, full bar, full on bar. So best,
I thought you said food bar.
best. Oh, Bloody Marys, dude. The best Bloody Marys.
Ooh.
And their chorizo. They have the chilaquiles. Oh my God, what they do. See, now chilaquiles, for you people that don't know, traditional breakfast team. You get tortillas from the day before. You chop them up into pieces. You put them in. You put cheese. You mix in cheese with it, and then mixed in with that, you put like a red sauce. Normally, but what they do with it, and then they mix in some chorizo. Oh, it's fucking fantabulous. Do you see what I'm saying? I love fucking food. So I fucking hate. And here's what. Ooh, there's one place, and I wish I could remember what airport it's in. And if anybody can remember, there's a Chipotle at an airport somewhere in America, and I wish I could remember what it was, that serves breakfast. And they actually had real eggs with the rice and the beans like I grew up with.
There's nothing better.
And the pico de gallo and the, oh my fucking God, it was the best breakfast I've ever goddamn had in my life. But it's by default because I already love rice. I already love beans. So for most people, that probably wouldn't be a good breakfast for you. But point being, coming back, I fucking hate that they have shitty breakfasts that are expensive as fuck at the goddamn airports. So airports, get on it and get a place that serves fucking decent breakfast where they put some time and effort into it, because I want some decent breakfast at a goddamn airport. Okay, so
I had a sad ass veggie burrito. It's a fucking a veggie.
how was it, by the way? Like legit.
Oh,
how
and,
was it?
and by
It
the
was
way, the reason why, you know what, I really didn't take into account his flight. The only thing I looked at, I swear, and I told him, was his arrival time. I didn't even bother to check like the stops or anything. I go, oh, cool, he gets in at 2. Perfect. That's it.
Yeah, but I
So-
did leave 2 last week to get
Yeah,
here.
yeah, yeah. He had to leave 2 weeks ago.
right.
So he's leaving his house at 3. He's
my house
having
at
this
3.
sad ass breakfast burrito.
Right, at a seafood restaurant.
At a seafood restaurant.
Right, it was.
How are the eggs? I find that people that don't know how to make breakfast overcook the eggs to the point where there's no juiciness in it, and they're just kind of dry and crunchy.
No, it was perfect.
And they make omelets that look like frittatas.
It was a very good.
Is that a singer?
Yes, yeah, they have a Nelly frittata. Stop it. There was a very.
I'm like an omelet. Go ahead.
It was a very good ratio of veggies to omelet, and it wasn't overcooked and it wasn't underdone. It was actually really good.
Decent. Okay, good.
Decent.
Good.
Little pepper on it, hot sauce,
Nice.
ketchup, perfect.
And the shit was crunchy like you like it.
I didn't.
Right, bacon was crunchy like you like
did
it.
not have any bacon. I had a side of fruit with that.
Oh, okay. All right, cool.
Aw,
Fruit was
he's-
very good.
That's what
Nice.
happens when you
Did
get
you do
married.
regular eggs or egg whites?
Regular eggs. They didn't have the option for. They didn't know how to separate the embryo. It was.
See what I'm fucking saying? We don't have egg whites. Like that's one of those places where you kind of end up looking like a dick because you're being somewhat of an asshole,
Right.
but you're in the right. Like it sucks when you're in the right, but you can't say anything because you come off as an asshole when you're that guy that goes, "Can I have egg whites?" "Oh, we don't have egg whites."
Well, you know what was
And
funny
then
was
you do that fucking thing where you're like, "You have eggs, right?"
Right.
Yeah. So then you have egg whites. "Oh, we don't have egg whites." And then now you're a dick if you just keep pushing it.
Yeah.
But you're not in the fucking wrong.
Yeah, how about you cook it together and then separate the yellow? Like we could just do
No,
that too.
what you do is you crack the egg with one hand. That's what you do. You crack the egg with one hand, and with your outer fingers, you spread it, and you do it on your fingers like this, right? You do it on your fingers. You let the white run through your fingers and shake it while the egg yolk stays in your hand, right? And then you just shake it.
Okay, not
And
the,
then that's it. That's the then you got egg whites.
Okay.
Ta-da. It's
Here's
not
the-
that fucking hard.
Well, here's the problem. If you saw the guy cooking breakfast,
You wouldn't
What?
want
He
him.
didn't have fingers?
okay,
What the
at a fucking seafood restaurant in Newark, New Jersey, in the morning.
He didn't have fingers? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
See, this is. I
You would
know
not
I'm
want
coming
his-
off as an asshole. I know I am.
He had
I
two
get
club
it.
hands.
But you have fucking fingers. Like, what did he have? 2 fucking hands, and then wrapped around his hand with fucking spoons and forks sticking out like a goddamn
No, he
fucking
had
utility
Band-Aids.
knife.
No.
Like
Band-Aids.
fucking Wolverine going.
No, he had-
go gadget utility knife. Fucking spatula. Come
He had
on,
five
With fucking
in the,
fingers.
5 in the morning line cook hands in Newark. I don't want him separating my fucking eggs with his fingers.
Why not?
Why? Would I have to answer that question?
Yeah, because he's cooking your shit anyway. Does it really matter? And they got gloves on now.
Yes,
They
I don't
got-
want to, because I don't want to see him look at me from the open kitchen, and go, huh, and I
Like
see the
if
fucking
you
egg
can't
whites running
trust,
down his forearm.
if you can't trust that your cook is touching your food, like what the fuck, bro?
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see.
I get that you don't want to see it, but he's gonna touch your fucking food. He's gonna grab something and put it in. Not everything's gonna go through a spoon or a spatula,
Right?
bro.
No, yeah, but it doesn't have to run down his fucking arm like Salt Bay.
Like he's got to grab he's got to grab the tortilla. He's got to touch the fucking tortilla. So his hands are on your shit no matter what.
Yeah, but it was an omelet.
It doesn't run down the arm, dickhead. It goes through the fingers. God damn it.
It's the
See,
same shit. Same
I
shit.
know I'm coming off as an asshole, but god damn it, it's not that fucking hard. To
Was he
strain
wearing
a
gloves?
Shitty fucking. Ugh. All right, go ahead.
Okay.
So it was good. It was delicious.
So the omelet. So anyway, so this fucking omelet was.
I apologize,
Yeah.
line cook from
Yeah.
fucking New
Yeah.
Jersey.
He also served it on his shin. Everything touched.
And by the way, you know what? I don't feel bad about you, line cook from Jersey, because unlike most line cooks who work at regular fucking restaurants that probably make minimum wage, you're at the airport, so you're probably making $20 to $25 a fucking hour for this goddamn omelet that costs $22. So
Right,
I don't feel that
exactly.
fucking bad for you.
Yeah. So I had some fruit with it. It was so funny because I went to the waitress and I was like, hey, instead of potatoes.
All right,
and-
I'm a little peeved. Really? You can't strain a fucking egg? Seriously? Oh, fuck me in the ass. Okay.
Right.
now?
Hold on. Just,
Which is also another way that you separate an egg white.
all right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize.
I think that's the other method of straining an egg is fucking.
This
in
is
the
just
ass.
running it through the crack of your asshole.
Yeah, can you keep the egg yolk on your lower back, please?
It's simple tasks. It's simple fucking tasks. That's all I'm saying.
All right, so I asked her if she could hold the potatoes and I quote, a chunk of bread that was on the menu.
Yeah.
If you could hold that, because I'm trying not to like carb up.
Sure.
And I'll take a sausage, which would be a little bit better in terms
Right.
of protein-wise and stuff
Right.
like that. And she just looked back at me and went, no.
There you go. And now you see why I fucking hate the places that we're talking about. What do you mean, no? You just can't hold it. You're telling me that you can't stop yourself from putting a piece of fucking bread on my goddamn. Like, he didn't even say don't charge me for it. That's not what he asked for.
Right.
He just said, can you hold on and not put it in there? And the answer was fucking no. This is my problem. Simple fucking tasks. I get that if I say to you, hey, can you make my toast like not really toasty, but a little kind of toasted? And they're like, no, we put it in this fucking little thing. It goes on a conveyor belt, and whatever the fuck it does on the other side is how it comes out. Okay, I get it. But when I tell you, how about you not put the bread on the conveyor belt and just bring me my fucking eggs when he gives it to you? Could you do that? No.
No.
This is fucking annoying as shit. Fuck.
So that's how the journey started yesterday.
All right. Well, I'm pissed. You're not even on the first flight, and I'm fucking angry already. This is bullshit, man. All right. So you have your breakfast that you liked, you enjoyed.
I did enjoy it. It was 5:30 in the morning.
And you were on, and he was on an airline that I don't love to fly.
No, it was American. I flew American out here.
Oh, nice. Okay. So I love American. I fly only American, pretty much. So you get on your flight, decent seat.
Yes, it was actually
Perfect.
the first one.
That's what I'm
the
talking
first
about.
leg. The first leg from New Jersey to Dallas.
Perfect.
Hooked it
Window
up.
seat.
Nice.
No TV, which is good because I passed out anyway.
Nice.
Because I didn't sleep from the day before.
Okay.
Because I had to get up 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I passed out against the window. So now
Nice.
we're in Dallas.
Nice.
While we
DFW, by the way, do you remember what terminal you flew into? A, B, or C?
Shit.
It was either
D.
A, B, or C.
I think
Or maybe D, but D usually
E.
is where. No, D is the international terminal, but D also has some
He flew into Z.
American flights.
You know what? Hold on.
No, do
I'll
we
solve
really?
it.
Who
I'll solve
cares?
Well, he's
doesn't
asking a
even matter.
question. He's asking a question.
No,
but
no, no. And it doesn't matter which one you go to. They have really, they have really good.
Terminal A.
Oh, Terminal A.
See?
Okay,
A.
no,
knew
because
it.
Terminal A doesn't have like the best restaurants actually in there. It's because it's not rounded like the other one. It kind of goes out and it tries to connect with the other ones, but it has a McDonald's there. I think it has like a small TGIFs, but it doesn't have like. I think it has Dick's Barbecue maybe.
Yeah.
But
Well, so I'll tell you what I had on that leg.
but when you fly, I think it's A, B, C, and A, B, C. When you go fly out of C, that one has the best restaurants.
You had about
That
a
one's-
3-hour layover.
No, I
So
I now
how long was your layover?
1 hour.
See?
So you just
see?
went
I
to
hooked
you
it
just
up.
went to the other flight,
Y'all
right?
talking
I
shit.
think I honestly went and took a shit in
Okay.
between flights.
Nice.
So then from Dallas.
Did you have to get on the tram to go to the rail? or
No,
whatever?
no. It was
You just
actually
walked over?
right down.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I did that,
Mhm.
and then I got on from Dallas to Vegas.
Okay.
Oh, the best was on the way to Dallas to Vegas. There was a. It was called Oh, you know what I did? I know exactly what I did. I stopped at a 7-Eleven.
Where?
In Terminal A.
Oh yeah, they do have 7-Eleven
Yeah.
there.
So I stopped
Okay.
at a 7-Eleven and I got myself a salad and
A
I got
burrito?
Oh nice.
yeah, got myself a salad
Some nachos.
and a fruit and nut bar.
You didn't
Oh,
get
wow.
One of the
nachos?
kind bars.
Nice.
No, I don't need not
Nice.
now. Fucking
Well, but look, there's a cool barbecue place, but
About
I
a
think it's in
Slurpee.
Terminal C.
Get a Slurpee?
So
No.
yeah,
No, I just had a Cobb salad.
dude,
classic
I haven't
Cobb.
had a Slurpee in so fucking long, dude.
Dude, you went to 7-Eleven, didn't have a Slurpee?
Classic Cobb salad with a kind fruit
At
and nut bar.
7-Eleven?
Absolutely.
Okay, don't judge. Please don't call in. I'm calling you. You don't have the number here, but don't write in that fucking anything about him. For you people that don't know, he's getting married this weekend. Right? So Kevin is watching what he eats up until Friday. Trust me. On Sunday, he's gonna eat the most disgusting shit you could possibly
I'm going
eat.
to go lick the line cook's fingers in Newark.
Probably.
That's how hungry I'm going to be.
He's gonna lick the elbow of where it ran down on it.
Can I get egg whites and whatever scraps you have from your forearm? So that's what I went and got a Cobb salad
Nice.
and then the nut bar.
Nice.
And then I got on the plane, and this is the best. So we're about to take off, and there's
Does this one have a TV?
yes, this one had a TV, and I
Nice.
watched Black Panther from Dallas to Vegas.
Nice.
Perfect.
Oh, that's like a perfect time because
it was
right
nice.
as you're taking off, and then
See?
it ends when you land.
It was perfect time.
Right?
That's what I'm talking about.
Uh,
See?
Perfect.
Right. So then there was a code red before
You
we
were
took
in
off.
Wakanda. That's fucking
There
great.
was a code red right before we took off.
Okay.
Which they were all running down the aisle, and I did not know what the fuck a code red was.
Right.
And there's people that are just saying, watch out and
Should
moving.
ask Jack Nicholson.
But there's no Jesus, your references. There is no
I'm just saying.
there's no crowd control, so no one's telling us what's happening. So
Yeah.
for me, code red, I was like, is there a Muslim on the like what the hell is that? Like, is there a terrorist? Is there this? What the fuck is a code red? Do we not have fuel? Is there what the fuck is going on right now?
Yeah.
And look, I'm from New York, so when you say fucking code red and run past me, I'm like, what the fuck is like? Who
By
is,
the way, I love the fact that you quantify it by saying, when you're from New York and you hear code red, it freaks you the fuck out. Dude, when you're from goddamn Oklahoma and you hear code fucking red, it freaks you the fuck out.
okay, that could be shitting in your
No,
pants
dude,
from a fucking diner.
I don't give a shit where in America
God
you
damn it,
live.
Bertha, I
You're
got a
on
code
fucking,
red.
Dude, you're on a fucking plane and you hear code red. You think the worst possible fucking thing you can think. There's nobody that goes, oh, it's we're gonna be fine. Everybody freaks the fuck out.
Yes,
It's
okay.
not just New Yorkers.
Right, but we're on
Go, cause
height
them New
of-
Yorkers,
okay.
hey man, they're smarter than us. I heard code red and I thought something completely different. I thought they're gonna bring us enchiladas, cause they're red. Code red bring enchiladas, but fuck me, it was an emergency.
Ooh,
Like,
they serve Mountain Dew on this plane.
Holy
Jesus
shit! Holy
Christ, bro.
shit!
I
What's
love.
going on here?
I would love to do a do.
so code red,
So there was a code red. We're on high alert. That's all I'm saying.
right?
And I didn't know what's happening. And there's no fucking crowd control to go, hey, a code red is we just have a medical emergency.
Hold on. Bert, write that down too. We need that buzzer that keeps buzzing.
I
That
haven't
means
written anything down.
Get the
'cause
fuck out.
I'm busy.
Or remember it. You remember
Okay.
the which is like, get the fuck out. There's an emergency. The red light's flashing.
Yeah.
All right, go for it.
That's also code red.
I apologize.
Uh,
Go.
yeah, so there's no fucking crowd control, so we don't know what's going on. And there's someone in the back row. And again, I'm like, is there someone trying to fucking hijack us before we leave?
Maybe
Did
somebody
someone
was trying to
pass
eat the
out?
hoof.
The hoof.
The hoof.
We have
The
a-
hoof.
We have a cove hoof.
Yeah.
Code hoof.
So there's no crowd control at all. So I just turned around and started eating my salad.
Code red.
Yeah, I was like, oh, there's
He's trying to eat the hoof.
fucking entertainment on the flight.
Code red. Somebody's eating a hoof. Somebody's eating a hoof.
So I started eating the salad during the code red because I
Did it
don't
have
know
a
what the
hoof
fuck
in
is going on. What'd you say?
What?
Terrible. So they're attending to the guy. So apparently I Google it, and the code red is there's a medical emergency, and the person that wrote this article is describing word for word what's happening. And I was like, oh, so this must be like a standard thing. So I guess it was this older dude, not like elderly, but like
60, 65?
Exactly. And he was very Dallas. Cutoffs, just unbelievably pissed that I guess he fainted or passed out into his chair.
Right.
He was really hot in the plane.
Okay.
And so the EMT is now walking him to the front of the plane because he's got to evacuate at this point because of all it's like the fucking scene he made. Like, he has to get off the plane.
Right.
But you could tell he was so pissed he wasn't going to make it to Vegas because the EMT was like, now, sir, just let me know if you feel lightheaded. He was like, God
Right.
damn it, just fucking keep moving.
Vegas, baby.
He was pissed because he couldn't go to Vegas.
Right, exactly. He was like, just keep walking. I'll tell you if I'm lightheaded.
I feel his pain.
Right.
So at least there was like a cool little moment there.
Exactly.
Now,
Although I had 7 more connections, so I was afraid that if the code red took
if the code
long
red
enough-
took too long, you're gonna miss your next flight.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, did you perform yesterday?
What?
Did you perform yesterday?
Wow.
I did. I
Oh.
performed the code
That's
red.
Bert's asshole way of saying you made the flight, didn't you? You fucking piece of shit.
You're here.
Okay. Wow.
Right.
Wow,
So-
Bert.
so-
God damn,
It
Bert.
only took you fucking 7 days to get here, but you got here.
Yeah.
There's
yeah,
an
I didn't,
attitude
yeah, I
right
didn't
there.
expect to work the Oregon Trail over to fucking Brea.
I was hoping you were working on new material. That's why.
I did. Did
Oh,
you hear the
perfect.
code red bit?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
so there's a
good.
code red bit.
I didn't see
Yeah,
your
I
bit.
wrote
I didn't
the-
see your
So you take
set.
off about how many
I read
minutes
the
late?
Hoove bit last night.
Oh, that's a good one.
How many minutes late did you take off from Dallas?
Probably about 20 minutes.
Hey, that's not bad.
Right. So then we get into
So it's a
Vegas.
perfect flight to Vegas because you started watching
Black Panther.
You land and it's over, so it's perfect.
Right. Got right there.
So you land in Vegas. Now Vegas is a fucking interesting place, man. I mean the airport, because you see 3 groups of people that I call them. All right. So the people that went there to gamble there's two different sets of people, and then there's the people that went there to party. So the people that went there to party are happy, but they're fucking exhausted. You could just tell that they were there for 3 or 4 days, and they fucking went ham, and they're just happy but exhausted. There's no sadness in their face. There's just a lack of energy. And yet they're kind of remembering shit and like, oh my God, dude, you were so fucked up. And the women are like, remember you were dancing with that guy? And, you know, but it's less energy than that. But they're happy and content with their shit, right? So those people, they're the party people. They went to party. They're good. Then there's the people that went to gamble who won. And you can tell those people because they're not gambling. They're just fucking they're smiling. They're happy. They bought a couple of fucking things. The woman is wearing some jewelry that he got her, some shit because they want a lot of money. Like, they're happy. You could see them. They're happy on every level. And then there's the people that lost, and they're salty as shit, and they're bitter as fuck. And most of them are at the slots at the airport just hoping that they can fucking get some of everything that they lost back. And it's just so fucking depressing. That's what it looks like to me. Now, you're a comedian, and you should have absorbed that moment. So describe to me what you saw and the different aspects of how you broke down those same people or different, the way you saw those people from your perspective in Vegas, if you were long enough there to kind of see it.
Well, I would add there's a fourth group, and that's the connecting flights. It's those people that are they're in and they see what's going on,
right?
And they're
right.
You know, that would be you. You would be the fourth
person
observing what's happening. So I saw the
like you're like a bystander of all the stuff that's going on. You're kind of just on the outside. You're like on the glass looking in at the fucking zoo, right? Wow, that lion, it looks like he partied too fucking hard.
Why is that guy squirting?
Exactly. I get it.
So we got out, and right away, the excited people that are getting there are hitting the slots right away. So there is the two cash systems within the slots. There's someone
so there's people that as soon as they got off the flight from you, they just went right in and put a couple of quarters in slots and shit?
It's like let's start the winning.
That's fucking awesome.
Right here. So they start going.
That's another group of people. You're right. So see, there's I didn't even think about that. There's the happy people that just got there that are so fucking excited that they start gambling right there.
Right. And those are the people that typically clap when you land into Vegas, but they look fucking stupid.
Right.
Because you land and you clap.
Right.
And then you go, why are you clapping right? It's not It's not 1912. We're not the Wright brothers. Why are you clapping for the flight? And you go, would you clap for your Uber driver when you got there? But then you realize, no, oh shit, they're just excited about gambling.
Getting to Vegas.
We made it to Vegas.
Yes.
Partying.
Yes.
So they go out, and I see these people go right to the slot machines because they want to start the weekend right.
Right.
So there's a bar right there. They're doing that. And then there's the other people that are, and you can have them sitting right next to each other.
Right.
The desperation of, and here's how you can tell. One is gingerly just, let me do this. Let me try, let's have a drink. And then the other one is just fucking just
pound it. Just fucking 2 shots.
Give me the fucking money back. That guy's screaming.
Wow, that's fucking great.
So those two are doing that.
Nice.
And then you have the exhausted people that are literally just sleeping, waiting to leave, just crawling towards the terminal.
Well, those are the people that partied too much, mixed in. Like those are those fucking people that just went too hard.
But then you have the other side of that equation of the people that are there to party and not gamble. Like this one dude got off the airplane while I was trying to wait for my connecting flight.
Right.
He got off of our plane and he literally went, "It smells like a hangover in here." And then he just kept walking. This enormous terminal. He just smelled the failure and
you can see it. It's palpable. It's literally a palpable feeling. Like all of this is mixed in together, and you have to decipher it. You know, this excitement of people having their first drinks at the bar before they go because they're going to party, and the people that drank way too much, and that fresh smell of liquor with that old burp smell of it's that shit all mixed in together. It's a fucking great place for a comedian to absorb life and to see. Like it's one of the very fruitful places that if you're a comedian and you really see all these different moments, I can actually tell you as a comedian, I can actually send a comedian however long you've been doing comedy, to that airport, and when they come back, go, tell me what you saw. And based on what they tell me, I can pretty much tell you how long they've been doing stand-up, because it's that thing that we work on to see the world from a very specific lens, to create this comedy world and to see everything from a comedic perspective. It's a fucking amazing place.
Yeah, I mean, the different.
It was great, right?
The different forms of energy next to each other.
Yes.
It really is. It's like, you know what it's like? It's like emotionally seeing someone's like tax bracket. So here's what I mean. It's basically, if you put 3 people from a different tax bracket in, physically you can see which bracket they're from by how their stature, their face, everything like that.
How they speak, what they say.
Exactly.
Right.
That is like the emotional way of putting the caste systems, because you have the exhausted people, you have the depressed, you have the excited people, and this is all in line for the same plane.
Right. Some getting on, some getting off.
Exactly. Yeah, it's honestly, it's like fucking bipolar. Like, you need medication by the time you leave, because you're like, I can't take the range of emotions. You know what I mean? So that was fun, and then...
so then that flight from L.A., from Vegas to L.A. is a very interesting flight, because first of all, it's very rocky for some reason. Most of the time, did you get turbulence?
We got a little turbulence.
Yeah, there's a turbulence when you're taking off. But here's the thing: it takes 30 minutes to ascend, and then it takes 30 minutes to descend.
Super quick.
So you literally go up, and then they like serve you drinks really fast.
Orange juice and water.
Right?
That's it.
Okay, so they don't even give you, because it's too quick. So you get to the top, and then bing, and then all of a sudden they come out and go, orange juice and water. That's all you get. Orange juice and water. 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 And you could tell the people that drank too much, because they're like, "There's water." They're totally fucking dehydrated. There's oranges and water. And then by the time they get to the back of the plane, the captain is like, and we're going down into descent. So it's a very weird flight, because it's
like,
quick.
It's almost like getting an IV at a hospital, that flight from Vegas to L.A.
Right.
It's like, let's get you, they should serve Pedialyte.
Yeah, they should, dude. It's fucking great. Okay, so and then you get to L.A. Now, let's remember, he left at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Also, there was a show that was written called Vegas to L.A.
Yes.
And it's like the perfect time format, because it's only an hour.
So you saw that?
I didn't see the show, but I'm saying I saw a live version of it. Also, the bad guy from The Terminator was on my flight, and I snuck in a video of him because I couldn't place where he's from.
Dude.
Yeah.
Which bad guy? The one that turned into liquid?
Yeah, he goes through the fence.
Yeah.
So I saw just the way he was dressed. I was like, that guy's an actor for sure, and we're going to L.A. So I text my wife, and I was like, hey, there's someone in front, and she's super good at placing people.
Yeah.
So while I walked on the plane, I was just pretending
right.
I was pretending to text.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
this.
We all know the move, bro. You're not the first person to sneak in.
I thought I was a fucking detective.
Yeah, please. It's when you pretend you're punching shit, but you're not, and then you hit the fucking button, and it's right at him.
Right.
But you never look at him. Yeah. Dude, we've all done it.
Yeah. So I got him, and she was like, "That's the bad guy from The Terminator." So I had that.
Nice.
And then I sat next to 2 very nice people, because I'm afraid they're gonna listen, because they found out who I was. One of them, and I'm not gonna tell you which one, I connected with a little bit more. And was very fun, and I hope they hit me up to come out to the show, because they're staying in L.A.
Nice.
And the other one...
Don't fucking call, piece of shit.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was speaking for you. You never said it. I said it.
Very dominating in the conversation, and then almost a one-upper.
Yeah, don't come to the fucking
I gotta
show.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, don't come to the fucking show.
Anyway, guess who was who? So I got into LA at 2:20.
Okay,
Perfect.
so
perfect time.
All right,
Perfect
so
time.
we're almost to the end of this thing, and the podcast should end.
I planned it out perfectly.
But here's right. So he lands at 2 o'clock.
Right.
Shows at
Cisco
8.
picks him up.
Cisco comes and gets me.
You leave the airport at what time?
I would say probably 2:45, 2:50.
So 2:45, 2:50. They leave the airport. They
Yes.
drive to Glendale. What time do you get to Glendale?
That took us an hour or a little bit more.
So he's in the car for an hour. After all this, they go. How long are you in Cisco's place?
I was in Cisco's place for about 15 minutes. Now, mind you, I was starving by the time I got there.
So what'd you do?
So I walked down the corner to Ralph's,
Okay.
and I went and got a chicken.
Was it a good Ralph's like the one by my house?
It was yeah, it was really good actually.
Okay.
I got a
So they have all the food and stuff.
Oh, I got a chicken
the soups
teriyaki
and all
bowl.
that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Chicken teriyaki bowl.
Nice.
With a club soda.
So you go back to his house.
Walked back to Cisco's.
Right. So you haven't rested yet.
Have not rested yet. Took one of his forks from his kitchen.
Yeah.
Plastic.
No,
Oh.
no. I took a metal fork.
Okay.
Cisco's like, God damn, Ralph says has good forks, and I was like, no, I stole your silverware. So we are now in the car, in Cisco's car, leaving Glendale
For 2 hours.
for 2 hours to go to Brea.
We get to Brea at 6:30.
Yes,
We kind of hang out for a half hour.
correct.
We do we meet the VIPs, do the meet and greet with the VIPs.
Do that.
Show starts at 8. Show
host the
stops
show.
at 12. I
Right.
don't know how the fuck it was 4 hours long because
Well-
I did 2 hours.
Well, so you had IMC.
Yeah, but I went on stage at 9 and did 2 hours, and then by the time we did everything, it's 12 midnight, and
Well,
I was like, "Where the fuck did
Well,
that time
you,
go?"
Cisco, and I were on stage for about 30 minutes after.
That's what it was. Okay, so
But mind you, I hosted, so
Yeah.
I IMC'd.
Yeah.
We had 2 guest spots.
yeah,
Uh,
it's true.
Cisco,
Right,
you,
right.
and then the 3 of us.
Yeah. So by the time we get home, it's 1:00 in the morning, which is 4:00 in the morning, which is 25 hours after he actually woke up the day
Correct.
before. So he did 24 hours straight with only 2 hours of sleep on an airplane, which really
1
doesn't
hour.
count for shit.
1 hour.
And then he fell asleep and woke up in time to come to the podcast. Whereas to Cisco slept for 10 fucking hours and woke up about 45 minutes ago.
Little bitch.
Cisco, we missed you.
Not really.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know if there's any tickets left for this weekend here in Brea, California. We're going to do something special. So for you Facebookers, pay attention. I'm going to try to throw something out there so that you could bring your mom for Mother's Day for free to the show. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. And for the rest of you, there's still some tickets left, I think, for Sunday. I don't know about the weekend, to be honest with you, but just go to carlosmencia.com. And next week, Philly. I am so excited, Philadelphia. I have been on the outskirts of Philly for so long. I've been going yearly to either King of Prussia or, outside of going to Atlantic City. And, I've done a lot of shows around it, but I haven't been in Philly for so long. And I'm going to be at the Punchline in Philadelphia next weekend. I am just uber excited. So get your tickets for that, too. Subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like the Facebook page. Listen, this show today epitomizes the way I want to do the show. The show is called The Journey, right? It literally started as a template on his travel to here, and it took on, all these other meanings and flights because that's kind of the way the world takes you, man.
Thanks to Bert.
Yeah, thanks. You know
See,
what?
I don't
Thanks
get
to
credit. Thank
Albert
you.
not buying a
Producer
fucking
Bert kicking it.
ticket. Yeah,
Fucking.
I love the way you
thanks,
fact that you
thanks,
fuck him.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it became the podcast.
Right. Oh,
Thank you very much.
By the way, I hope I'm here for another podcast because I'm flying fucking Spirit home.
Thank you very much.
Oh God, we're gonna do that, ladies and gentlemen. This is The Journey. On behalf of producer Bert, we want to thank our guest Kevin Dombrowski and for being a good sport. Hey, Cisco Duran, who will be here more often than not, ladies and gentlemen. The motto is: if you ain't laughing, you ain't living. Be at peace. Out.